Hello everyone, this is Rig. Welcome to an episode on the rise of Islam. And today we will focus on the life and teachings of Prophet Muhammad. Now, this video is especially important for the people who want to know about Islamic history, how the religion originated, and what were its contributions. So, with this, let us start. However, please carry a notebook with you so that you can note down the important points. And if you have any doubts, you can ask it in comments. Also, the last part of this video contains the questions and their answers, which will not only help you in your exams but will also help you to understand this chapter in a better way. So let's proceed. Life of Prophet Muhammad. Pre-Islamic condition in Saudi Arabia. To understand the impact of anything, we need to understand what was the condition before that particular phenomenon. So, what was the pre-Islamic condition in Saudi Arabia? Arabic civilization. Pre-Islamic Arabia refers to the Arabic civilization which existed in the Arabian plate before the rise of Islam in 630s. So pre-Islamic Arabia refers to the Arabian Peninsula, the political condition in Arabian Peninsula which was there in before the 630s. Context for Islam. The study of pre-Islamic Arabia is important to Islamic studies as it provides the context for the development of Islam. So pre-Islamic Arabia is important to know because it provides us the context in which Islam originated. How was the geography? Islam arose in vast desert in Arabian Peninsula which lies between Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. If you see the map, you will understand that Arabian Peninsula is the area between Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. And it is mainly very arid and filled with desert. The land is dotted with number of oases. So there are a number of oases where water is reserved. It acts as a water reservoir. So this oasis is where the only sources of fresh water for the people in the Arabian Peninsula. Arabia was inhabited by warring tribes of nomadic people who led a hard life. So Arabia was mainly inhabited by different kinds of tribes who were mainly always fighting with each other because there was a lack of resources. So the Arabian tribes were always fighting with each other. These people were superstitious and believed in many gods and goddesses. So, before the coming of Islam into the Arabian Peninsula, the people believed in polytheistic god systems. So, they believed in different kinds of gods and goddesses. They worshipped idols and also the black stone. So, they worshipped different kinds of idols and also they worshipped black stone. Kaaba shrine. The black stone was kept at a shrine called the Kaaba in Mecca. So in the place of Mecca, there was a black stone which was called the Kaaba shrine. The people of the peninsula as a whole referred to themselves as Arabs. So whoever lived in the Arabian Peninsula referred to themselves as the Arabs. Early life of Prophet Muhammad. Now we come to the creator of Islam, that is Prophet Muhammad. He was born in the Arabian Peninsula in around 570 CE. So around 570 CE, Prophet Muhammad took birth. His early life was very sad because he was orphaned in early life and he was brought up by his uncle. So he was under the care of his uncle. He helped his uncle in his trading business. So his uncle was a trader and a businessman, and Prophet Muhammad in his early life helped his uncle to set up business and helped his uncle to manage the business in different capacities. He traveled far and wide with the caravans. So, caravans are the group of people who go from one place to another in horse drawn or camel drawn carts. They, in a group, they go from one place to another, and thus Prophet Muhammad traveled with caravans in order to help his uncle in business. During his journeys, Prophet Muhammad came to know about Christian and Jewish traditions. So during his journeys, he came to know about different other religions also. His journeys made him experienced in the functionalities of the world. So he came in contact with the Christian and Jewish religions also. He was impressed with their religious beliefs and practices. So, Prophet Muhammad was very much impressed with the religious beliefs of other religions also, and he incorporated few of those beliefs in Islam. So, divine revelations. He had some kind of spiritual guidance, and those guidance are termed as divine revelations. So, at the age of about 40, Muhammad is said to have started receiving divine messages. So, he received messages from higher powers at around the age of 30. The messages were received through angel Gabriel. So angel Gabriel is the one who brought the divine messages to Prophet Muhammad. The messages were believed to be God's words. So whatever messages Prophet Muhammad got through angel Gabriel, those messages are believed to have been the words of God. The messages were later compiled in Quran, the holy text of Islam. So all these messages were compiled together in a book called Quran, and that is the holy text of Islam. Soon after receiving the first messages, Muhammad began to preach. So he tried to spread those teachings, what he got in the first messages. So after, as soon as he received the first messages, he tried to spread those teachings. Muhammad preached monotheism, the belief in one God. So Muhammad followed the practice of monotheism, means belief in only one power. Opposition to polytheism. He opposed some of the earlier Arab religious beliefs and practices like polytheism. So Arab Peninsula, as we know, believed in polytheism. So he opposed those beliefs of many gods. He accepted Kaaba as the holy shrine. So just like the Arabs before him, he also accepted the place Kaaba as the holy shrine. His followers came to be known as Muslims, and the religion was called Islam, which means submission. So the name of the religion he founded is Islam, and people who follow Islam are the Muslims. And Islam, the word Islam means submission. Teachings of Prophet Muhammad. What did he teach? What were his messages to the people? Monotheism. Prophet Muhammad's religion was based on uncompromising monotheism. So, Prophet Muhammad told people that you should not compromise with the system of monotheism. There is only one God according to Islam. He taught that there was only one God, Allah, all other deities were rejected. So, according to Islam, you may oppose this or you may support this, but according to Islam, there is only one God, that is Allah, and all other powers, all other deities were rejected. The worship of idols was firmly prohibited. No more worship of idols according to Prophet Muhammad. He believed that everyone will have a place, will have to face the day of judgment and will go to heaven or hell after being judged. So he believed that everyone will have to answer for their deeds in the day of judgment, and based on the judgment they will go to heaven or hell. It is necessary for everyone to surrender to God and receive His guidance. So, according to Prophet Muhammad, everyone should surrender to God in order to get His guidance. Unity in religion. Prophet Muhammad sought to replace the diverse religious practices of the Arab tribes by a single belief. So he went forward to replace the different practices, replace the different existing practices of the Arab tribes, and tried to organize them in a single belief system, and that brought tribal unity. Through this, he was able to create a logical basis of tribal unity. So, all the warring tribes who were fighting with each other became united under one belief system, which was founded by Prophet Muhammad. Opposition in Mecca. What happened in Mecca after Prophet Muhammad spread his teachings? Prophet Muhammad's faith differed sharply from the religious practices of the Meccans. So, whatever Prophet Muhammad said or whatever he tried to teach, those were going against the existing religious practices of the Meccans. He met with stiff opposition since he had denounced their traditional beliefs. So all the people in Mecca opposed him very much because he rejected the traditional beliefs of the Arab Peninsula. Protection by Abu Talib. However, he was able to preach his ideas at Mecca due to the protection he got from his influential uncle Abu Talib. Now, Abu Talib, his uncle, was a very powerful man. So he protected Prophet Muhammad by every means possible, and that is how he was able to teach the people or to spread his belief. Now, what is Hijra? Death of Abu Talib. After the death of Abu Talib, Muhammad was forced to move out of Mecca. So, after the death of Abu Talib, Prophet Muhammad lost his protector, and therefore he was forced to move out of Mecca. He did not have any protection in Mecca, and the people threatened him with life. So he was forced to move out of Mecca. He in 1622 in 622 he took refuge in a town called Yathrib, later known as Medina. So he took refuge in a town Yathrib in 622 CE. This town later developed into Medina. His emigration from Mecca to Medina is referred to in Arabic as Hijra. So this emigration, this migration from Mecca to Medina in Arabic language, it is called as Hijra. So start of Islamic era. It also marks the beginning of Islamic era. So from this period onwards, Islamic era starts in the Arabian Peninsula. In the Islamic calendar, this is known as Hijri. So this event in Islamic calendar is mentioned as Hijri. The people of Medina welcomed him. Within 10 years, he had won considerable support. So, all the people of Medina, unlike the people of Mecca, did not oppose Prophet Muhammad, and they welcomed him with full support. And so, within 10 years, Prophet Muhammad got a lot of followers and support in Medina. Later, Muhammad returned to Mecca and defeated his enemies. So later on, again he returned to Mecca and he defeated all the enemies who had opposed him before. Mecca and Medina became two of the holy places for the Muslims. So these are two of the revered and holiest places for the Islam religion. Muhammad passed away in CE 632, By then, almost the whole of Arabian Peninsula was converted to Islam. So Prophet Muhammad passed away in 632 CE, and by this time, by 632 CE, almost the whole of Arabian Peninsula became converted to Islam. Five duties of a Muslim. So there are a few disciplinary procedures which a Muslim must follow. What are those? First is Shahada. Every Muslim must correctly recite aloud the Shahada or acceptance of faith at least once in a lifetime. So every Muslim must recite the Shahada, where it means that a particular person is accepting the Islamic faith, and this must be done at least once in a lifetime. Five daily prayers. Every Muslim must pray 5 times in a day. Before sunrise, what are the timings? The timings are before sunrise, at noon, in late afternoon, at sunset, and after sunset. So these are the 5 times in a day when a Muslim should pray. And while praying, he must face at the direction of Kaaba. So while praying, the Muslim must face and place his prayers at the direction of Kaaba. Every Muslim must give alms to the poor and pay tax on his income to contribute the well-being of entire community. So every Muslim must be charitable. They must help the poor and pay a tax on his income. Whatever earnings a Muslim is doing, on that he should pay some kind of tax, and that will contribute to the welfare of the entire community. Fasting in Ramzan. A Muslim should fast from dawn to dusk in the month of Ramzan, the 9 month of the Islamic calendar. So, in the 9 month of the Islamic calendar, a Muslim should not consume any kind of food during the daylight. That is, from dawn to dusk, a Muslim should not consume anything and remain in complete fast. Pilgrimage to Mecca. The Kaaba at Mecca is Islam's holiest shrine. Every Muslim who can afford to undertake the annual pilgrimage to Mecca must do so at least once in a lifetime. So, at least once in a lifetime, every Muslim is supposed to visit the holy shrine of Kaaba at Mecca and place his or her prayers there. And this event is called as Hajj. Simple life. Apart from these five disciplines, Prophet Muhammad also insisted that the followers of Islam should not do a few things. That is, drink liquor, no consumption of alcohol or drugs, no worship of idol. According to Islam, no one should worship any idol. And also, no one should lend money to any other person and get interest out of it. So, all these are the five practices and disciplinary practices of a Muslim or of the Islam ideology, and that will promote the people to lead a simple and modest life. Now, Quran. What is the Quran? Teachings of the Prophet. The teachings of Prophet Muhammad, which were supposed to be in words of Allah, comprise the holy book of Muslims called Quran. So these teachings of Prophet Muhammad have been compiled together to make the holy book for Muslims, that is the Quran. Divine revelations. The teachings were the revelations of Prophet Muhammad by God over a period of 23 years. So, all these teachings were revealed to Prophet Muhammad by God, and these teachings did not come in a single day. These revelations did not happen in a single day. It happened for a period of 23 years. And this book, Quran, is written in Arabic. It is meant to guide the followers of Prophet Muhammad in all aspects of life. So Quran is supposed to guide the followers of Prophet Muhammad in every aspect of life. Now we will go through the question answers which will help you to understand the chapter in a much better way. What was the condition of Arabian Peninsula before the advent of Islam? Pre-Islamic Arabia refers to Arabic civilization which existed in the Arabian Plate before the rise of Islam in 630s. Islam arose in the vast desert of Arabian Peninsula which is lying between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. The land is dotted with a number of oases. Arabia was inhabited by warring tribes of nomadic people who led a very hard life. These people were superstitious and believed in many gods and goddesses. They worshipped idols and the black stone kept at the shrine called Kaaba in Mecca. Give an account on the early life of Prophet Muhammad. The founder of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, was born in 570 CE. Orphaned early in his life, he was brought up by his uncle. He helped his uncle in his trading business and traveled far and wide with the caravans. During his journeys, Muhammad came to know about the Christian and Jewish religions and was impressed with their religious beliefs and practices. How did Prophet Muhammad receive divine messages? At the age of about 40, Muhammad is said to have started receiving divine messages through the angel Gabriel. The messages were believed to be God's words and were later compiled in Quran, the holy text of Islam. Soon after receiving the first messages, Muhammad began to preach. He preached monotheism, the belief in one God. He opposed some of the earlier Arab religious beliefs and practices like polytheism. What are the main teachings of Prophet Muhammad? Prophet Muhammad's religion was based on uncompromising monotheism. He taught that there was only one God, Allah. All other deities were rejected. The worship of idols was firmly prohibited. He believed that everyone will have to face the day of judgment and will go to heaven or hell after being judged. It is therefore necessary for everyone to surrender to God and receive his guidance. He sought to replace the diverse religious practices of the Arab tribes by a single belief to create a logical basis of tribal unity. Why was Prophet Muhammad opposed in Mecca? Prophet Muhammad's faith differed sharply from the religious practices of Meccans. He met with stiff opposition since he had denounced their traditional beliefs. He was able to preach his ideas at Mecca due to the protection he got from his influential uncle Abu Talib. What is Hijra? After the death of Abu Talib, Muhammad was forced to move out of Mecca. In 622 CE, he took refuge in a town called Yathrib, later known as Medina, the city of the Prophet. This emigration from Mecca to Medina is referred to in Arabic as Hijra. It also marks the beginning of the Islamic era. The Islamic calendar is known as Hijri. The people of Medina welcomed him. Within 10 years, he had won considerable support. Later, Muhammad returned to Mecca and defeated his enemies. What are the five duties of a Muslim? Every Muslim must correctly recite aloud the Shahada or acceptance of the faith at least once in lifetime. Every Muslim must pray 5 times a day. While praying, a Muslim must face the direction of the Kaaba. Every Muslim must give alms to the poor and pay a tax on his income. A Muslim should fast from dawn to dusk in the month of Ramzan. Every Muslim who can afford to undertake the annual pilgrimage Hajj to Mecca must do so at least once. A Muslim should lead a simple and modest life. Write a short note on Quran. The teachings of Prophet Muhammad, which were supposed to be the words of Allah, comprise the holy book of Muslims called the Quran. These teachings were the revelations to Prophet Muhammad by God over a period of 23 years. The Quran is written in Arabic. It is meant to guide the followers of Prophet Muhammad in all the aspects of life. So that was all about the life and teachings of Prophet Muhammad. In our next video, we are going to go through the different caliphates in Islam ideology and what were their contributions. Hope you have liked this video, and with your support, I hope to bring brighter contents in future. Thank you so much for your love and support.